Anyway, we are now beginning. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. That's all 5 lights away, and we are away. So Jan gets a pretty good start there. He's almost down the inside of Communist Kermit already. He does take it. A little bit of contact between these two drivers. It looks like, oh, another first lap incident. Huge first lap incident as Jan and Timberwolf are out of the race. We've got Leica down in 11th place again. And then we've got Mats in 10th place with a virtual safety car out on track. Leica has left the session. Mats is down in 10th place. And there is still a virtual safety car out right now. And Kermit is the only one to, well, get away unscathed right now out of the turn 1 incident. Let's just check on the spectator cam to see if anyone's got any damage. Looks like Kermit's fine. Vilsek also looked fine. Let's have a look at Lex. Lex looks fine as well. Clam looks okay. We've got the virtual safety car. The virtual safety car is now in, so we are beginning racing again. So looks like Clam has already made a move on Lex. And we've got Vilsek very close behind Kermit as well, so we'll stick on board with the race leader at the minute because I think something is going to happen as they are just coming through turn 15 now. Very late on the brakes, it looks like Vilsek was, and he is already challenging, but right behind Vilsek is the fast driver, which is Clam. So Clam is going to be making an attempt to overtake these two as well, but I doubt any of them are going to be able to do anything this lap because they're all still heavy on fuel and are probably all set their ERS to overtake. Looks like someone was trying to move down the inside there as Vilsek unfortunately goes very, very wide, and Clam takes second place, but he also goes wide on the exit too. But Communist Kermit is racing away right now. We're just going to quickly jump down because Lex is just 3/10 behind as he goes a little bit wide into turn 3. He's very close behind Rubs, and behind him Max is very close behind Lex as well, as we see 4 drivers pit. AJ, Santi, GNL and Lika all in the pit. But I think Lika left the session, so I think he's just retired maybe. But now his car is going to be on track the entire race, unfortunately. And yeah, so closest on track is Max and Lex. We're going to ride on board with Max right now just to see if he's going to do something. Lex dives down the inside, and I think he's trying to defend, but he is swerving a little bit left and right. Can Max do anything here? We're going to ride on board with him and see. Lex gets a bit messy entry, and Max has to lift off as he goes nearly wide and loses the rear. He almost went wide there and he lost the rear, and unfortunately that did make him lose out on time, and it also helped Lex fortunately because he was very messy too, but because they both made mistakes they were both able to keep their positions. So good for Lex, bad for Max, and away we go into turn 15 as Lex is again swerving left and right here, struggling to find a racing line as he goes pretty wide, gets a bit scruffy out of turn 15 and loses the front. Rubs has just set the fastest lap and Max moves up to 5th place. But we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got a driver come off there. It looks like it's Clam. Oh! And Clam has unfortunately blocked the track, and Max has hit Clam, and Max has lost both of his wheels. So we've got 3 drivers out already, and for 4, including the fact that Lika has left. So I'm not sure. This is not a good start to this season, as we've got a virtual safety car and a possible safety car that's going to come out because Max's car is right on track, and Clam has retired from the session also, so that was from the incident with him and Max there. But this is not a great start. Still a virtual safety car. No safety car has been called, and the safety car has now come in, so it's just a yellow flag in sector 1. So this is really not good racing here. We've got another person coming off in sector 1. I think that was Clam maybe, as we see Matt's cut the corner quite aggressively there, and now he's very close behind Lex, dives to the inside and gets the overtake done. Oh, it looks like Lex might have hit him on the rear there. I think he did. I think there was a little bit of contact between these 2 drivers there, and Lex has managed to retake that position. It looked almost like Max's car was jolted during braking, so he might have got shunted. Not entirely sure, but Communist Kermit is in the pit right now. Looks like he's just coming in for tyres rather than any wing replacements. Let's have a look if he does. Oh, I think he's already done his pit stop, so he might have got a wing replacement. But he has put on the soft tyres, and he might be going to the end, as Mats, unfortunately, has retired from the session now, as Lex picks up a 3-second time penalty. So that's already 6 drivers out of this race, only on lap 4. What on earth is going on? Mats has left the session and the host has migrated to someone else now. I don't think Like is racing, I think that's his AI. So who's closest? We've got Rubs and Vilsek battling for first and second place right now. Purple BMX in the stream, who might you be? Clam says, Lub getting shoved off. Yeah, that was very unfortunate there. I only saw the aftermath of you spinning. I didn't see actually what happened, so we'll have to review that afterwards. But it's a perfect opportunity to try out our new reporting system from Gwendolyn within Discord. I'll give you all a reminder of how to use that. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. We've got another driver coming off. Who is it? It looks like it's Lex. Lex has DNF from the session, unfortunately. Sorry about jumping between the cameras there, but Lex has gone. Looks like it was a turn 11-12 incident again, as we see Kermit going super wide into turn 13 there. Recovering back on track. Still no safety car. The car's just been removed there, so we're back to full speed racing. It's very surprising that we've not seen a safety car. For the past few races, we've seen them out a lot, even for minor incidents. But Kermit is coming back into the pits now. Does he have wing damage? Let's have a look and see what his pit stop is like. So, is there going to be a front wing replacement? Yes, there is. It looks like he had some more damage and his front wing is being replaced. He's put the soft tyres back on. All he needs to do is finish the race right now. And Max has left the session. All he needs to do is finish the race and he will be able to get some much needed points, because this is going to be a very long season in these multiplayer cars. So everyone is spaced quite far apart right now. AJ is also in the pits. I think he's just doing his only pit stop. Let's have a look and see how many stops he's done. He's changing his front wing as well. You saw there was a lot of damage on the right side, so he's maybe made contact with someone, or he's made contact with the wall, but he is away as well. So everyone is pitted apart from the front two, but I think they have a pit stop in hand, because Santi in third place is 30 seconds behind Rubs, and you only need about 26 seconds for a pit stop here. So it looks like Vilsek and Rubs are going to maintain first and second after they pit. And Leica's car is still on track here, and it may be causing problems for other drivers. But right now, we'll switch to Rubs. Santi looks a bit messy there, but we'll switch to Rubs, and we'll see how he is doing in terms of the hunt for Vilsek. Only 1.5 seconds behind, as Vilsek is now approaching Leica's car as well, having to overtake it. Looks like they've both got that overtake. No, Rubs is still behind Leica's car. He's struggling to overtake it, as you can see, but he has managed to get that done now, and he's now dropped back a second. So he was 1.6 behind, he's now 2.6 seconds behind. So we need to remember not to retire these cars on track, because it is very hazardous and detrimental to the drivers that are still in the race. But there are only 7 drivers left. Well, 6 drivers, beg your pardon. All they have to do is finish and they will get points. There's on the 6th lap. There are 10 laps to go, including this one. So let's wait and see and check out the action. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Who was that? It's Kermit coming back into the pits again, and he's lost his front left wheel. Kermit has retired from the session, unfortunately. It looked like he had wing damage and he couldn't turn in. And now he's retired. So now we are down to just 5 drivers, and Kermit won't be picking up any points this race, unfortunately. So he is blocking the pit lane, actually, and that could be quite dangerous, because it doesn't look like his car is ghosting. It has been removed now, thankfully, and we're back to racing with the green flags all around the track. So again, Rubs and Vilsek are the closest on track, so we're just going to stick with these guys, and we're just about to pass halfway. Clam says he took turn 1 so wide to leave space on the overtake and he still got pushed off the track. That's very unfortunate. And yeah, if you submit a report at the end, that would be great, because then we can see you know, what's going on and apply penalties where appropriate. So right now we've got Vilsek in first, Rubs in second, Santi in third, GNL in fourth, AJ in fifth, and Lika in sixth, but technically last, I think, so I think he was the first to retire. But the gaps between these drivers are pretty big right now. So Vilsek has a whopping 26 seconds between him and Rubs. However, Vilsek has yet to pit. So it is around, I think it's around 26 seconds, like I said earlier, for a pit stop. So we need to wait and see when Vilsek is going to pit. Let's jump up to him and see. He's coming into the pits now. So let's see if he can maintain his lead over Rubs. Again, sorry, I've got hiccups. So he broke a bit too early and had to get back on the gas and then brake sharply again. He's coming in now. There's no front wing change. New soft tyres are going on, I think that is. And he is away as we see Rubs coming through turn 15 and turn 16 now, I believe. Here he goes. So he's going to be racing at full speed now. And it looks like Vilsek has just come out the pit lane now. So Vilsek has maintained his position. So let's see how close Rubs is behind, because then we can see how long a pit stop takes. He is 4 seconds behind, so yeah, so we're looking at about 22 seconds for a pit stop here. And he's now just 3.7 seconds behind as he's getting caught up behind someone else's car. It's Leica's car again causing problems there. But then after the 4 second gap, we've got a 10 second gap between Santi and Rubs, 20 between GNL and Santi, 23 between AJ and Jens, and, well, and that's it, because there's only 5 drivers now. So, wow. AJ is just overtaking Jens as Jen comes out of the pit, so he's just pitted, and that's why that happened there. So he's come on to fresh soft tyres, and he's going to be finishing the last 6 laps of the race on these tyres too. So it seems like everyone's found their equilibrium right now, apart from Jens, who's just picked up a 3 second time penalty. Yeah, everyone is pulling away from the driver behind them, actually. The gap between Rubs and Vilsek was, I think, 4.2 seconds as they came out of the pits. It's now 6.2 seconds, and that gap to Santi has I think that's actually dropped down a bit, so it looks like Rubs is slowing down and Santi and Vilsek are keeping their pace. I doubt they'll be able to catch each other with just 6 laps to go. But yeah, Santi is now dropping behind a bit as well, and Jens is gaining ever so slightly on AJ. But why is AJ's pace so slow? He was dropping in 120s in quali, but now it seems like his pace has just dropped off. What tyres? He's on the medium tyres. It looks like his front wing is all intact, so I wonder why he's driving so slow. He is 37 seconds behind. He might not be driving slow. This might just be the fact that he had some major contact or something in the first lap incident, and he's just recovering from that. Let's just see who has the fastest lap. Can we see that? Fastest lap, yes. It's currently held by AJ with the 124.2. Okay, that's a pretty good race lap. So ignore what I said. He is still on the pace. It's just the fact that he's just so far behind, and Santi is also a pretty quick racer. So, yeah. As he crosses the line to begin his lap 11, we're going to jump on board with the race leader and see how he's getting on. So here we're watching Vilsek as he just goes through turn 13 here. You can see his glowing brake disc as he brakes really heavily into turn 13 there. Manages to pull the car back round, little kiss of the curb at turn 14, turns into turn 15, no lockups whatsoever. Driving this car beautifully today. And away he goes. Here he comes through turn 2. Gets that perfect angle to the entry to turn 3, keeping the car slightly pointed to the left to reduce the track distance. Turns in and stays in second gear, nice and early on the throttle. And around he comes turn 3. Little bit of a lift, up to 4, up to 5. Will he stay in 5? Yes, he will. Then he upshifts to 6 as he comes out of the really fast right-hander at turn 5. Probably drops it down to 3rd as he goes through turn 6. Moves it all the way back up to around 7th gear as he approaches turn 9 now. He'll stay in 7th, brake at about 55 metres, drop it down into 3rd, and away he goes. Powers through 10 and will work his way all the way back up to gear 7. Dropping it down to gear 6 as he goes through 11 and 12. Let's see if he does it. He's staying in 7. He's going to drop it down. He drops it down to 5th there to help with the traction, I suppose, to help keep the car stuck to the track. And he powers out of turn 12 and now comes into turn 13. No DRS because no one is in front of him for him to get the DRS detection zone nailed. But he is approaching turn 14 now, drops it down to 4th, gets very... You can see how early he is on the throttle as well. It's a very difficult skill to master, and a lot of the drivers in this league have that skill, so that's also great to see. So let's see what his lap time was. It was a 1:27.4, so he's 7 tenths up on his fastest. And these tyres, he's been on them for, what, 4 laps now, so... On a 25% race, these will probably start to fall off at around 10 laps. So he's halfway through. He's probably got about 30% deg on them, 25-30% deg on them so far. But we still just have 5 drivers in the race. So let's jump on board with Rubs and see how he's getting on. We'll drive to an onboard and see. So he's just coming through turn 5 here. The really fast right-hander. Very clean through there. I think that was almost full throttle as Santi sets the fastest lap with a 1:23.8. So, has anyone got a pit stop in hand? Santi has a pit stop in hand right now from him to AJ. And AJ does not have one between him and Jens. So, sorry, it's not AJ and Santi. It's Santi has a pit stop in hand between him and Rubs. Yes, so Santi could in fact pit. Sorry, Rubs could pit and still come out and do a fastest lap. So, I wonder if Rubs is going to do that as AJ picks up a 3-second time penalty. It would be really interesting if Rubs was to come in and see if he can set a fastest lap. He has got 26-second advantage over AJ, so it could be done. Provided he has a pretty quick pit stop. He's coming in. He is coming in. Okay, so he's coming in and he's probably going to put on the softs and he's probably going to try and set a fastest lap. So here we go. He's broken too early. He's lost about 3 seconds there. Now it's going to be even tighter. So let's see what happens. He'd lost so much time on the entry to the pit lane there. He broke so early. He's putting the soft tyres on. No wing change. Car goes down and away he goes. Here comes AJ Santi now. Round the corner. He's going to get overtaken. Let's see. It's going to be really, really tight. Let's jump to Santi and see if he can do it. No, he can't. He is just about 2 seconds behind there. But he is going to be on a lot fresher tyres, Rubs is, and he's probably going to try and set the fastest lap on the final lap. So, let's see if Santi can take advantage of this. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3, which has now been cleared. So that might have just been a quick off back onto the track. But I don't think Santi's going to be able to challenge on 3-lap old soft tyres, but we will have to wait and see. He's close enough for DRS right now. So he's currently running it in medium ERS. Let's check what Rubs is in. He's on 0 ERS, so he's probably saving it. Yeah, he's switched it back up to high right now. Okay, so he's got DRS. Santi's opened his DRS. He's in his slipstream. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he's not close enough as they go through turn 13 there. Not close enough yet. Santi gets a little bit messy on the exit of turn 13. He does have a bit... They have about the same ERS right now. But this is Santi's only... This is Rub's only chance for a fastest lap. So if he's going to do it, it needs to be done now. But as you can see, Santi is going to be pushing him. So I wonder what's going to happen here. He's gaining, he's not going to get the move done now, but he might be able to get it after turn 2. That's turn 1. Rubs gets a little bit messy and Santi has a far better exit out of turn 2. He's got the DRS open again. He's trying to confuse him by diving down the inside just to get him a little bit cautious, but it's okay. Rubs has managed to maintain it, so we're going to stick with these guys. Let's just check where Vilsek is. Vilsek is just, let's quickly check, he's just going through turn 12 now, so we'll jump back to him as it's about to end. But Santi is still behind, just 3/10 behind now. If he's going to get it done, it's going to be after turn 12, I reckon. Nobody wants it. Oh, he's got down inside. No, he hasn't. He looked for the move, but I don't think he knew. He don't think he would have been able to brake in time. Can he get it done before turn 11? We don't know. So he's not got it done yet. We're gonna stay with these guys for now. As they go through, he's going to have DRS. Oh my god! And Rubs has spun as we jump to Vilsek as he crosses the line. Well done. But Rubs has spun. He has managed to keep his tyres though. He may still be able to keep 3rd place. And Santi claims 2nd place there. That was an intense battle on the final lap between these two. Rubs looks like he has AJ covered as we're going to watch Santi cross the line here. Congratulations, Santi, for a solid 2nd place there. Well done. And we're going to switch to Rubs right now. Has he run out of fuel? Maybe. He's flashing red right now, but he's going to cross the line and take 3rd place. Looks like he's run out of fuel and he crosses the line. And here we're finishing with AJ in 4th place, who didn't have a very good race, but he has set the fastest lap. So he will have that going for him, which is nice. And behind him is Jens, very close behind. Can he overtake him? Oh, no, he can't. But what a spectacular finish. As we have only 5 drivers finishing at the race. So let's have a look how that looks in terms of the final classification. We've got Vilsek in 1st, Santi in 2nd, Rubs in 3rd, AJ in 4th, and Jens in 5th, followed by Leica, Kermit, Lex, Mats, Clam, Max, Timberwolf, and Jan, all DNFing. Well, thanks for joining us for the first race of Division 3. We'll see you next week when we race in Bahrain. Have a good day, guys.